Hello and welcome to my private launch of Easy Animator Pro. Now, right at the very beginning here, I want to be absolutely clear with you. This program is ready to go. It's got 4.5 million different animation options. It can export to SWF for Explaindio and MOV for programs like Camtasia and ScreenFlow and Final Cut Pro and After Effects and things like that. So it's got some value already, but we're just getting started. There's so much more that I want to do. I've spent a lot of money and time getting it to this point. And now I'm interested in getting a small group of people, about 1,000 people, using this and get some ideas so that we can really kind of make it great. Because I've got a ton of ideas already that we're adding. In fact, I'm going to show you the next beta of this here in a little while with what's going to be going on in this area of the screen in just a little while here. But first, I just want to just finish telling you that this is for only 1,000 people. We're going to do a limited launch, and we're going to do a more major launch here in a couple of months. But first, I wanted to get it into some hands of people, professionals like you, and just bang away at it and give me some ideas, and we'll just make this into an awesome application. We're going to be getting a Facebook group, Easy Animator Pro, for lifetime members, and so that's something that you can give me some feedback and ideas and so forth, and play and share cool things that you've done. I'm going to show you some real-world applications of this here in just a moment, but first, let's go ahead and walk through Easy Animator and Pro and what it's all about. So we've got in animations, pause animations, and out animations, and you can turn off any of these. So you can see here we have an on and off. So I don't have to have an in animation. I could have only a pause, or I don't have to have a pause animation. What we really do here is we have 4 core animations and the in and out, and then we have 13 here. If you saw the preview a couple of days ago, we added since then the twist and the ring animation to get our numbers over 4 million different possibilities, which I'll show you how that's calculated here in a second. It's just very, very simple. I select the animation that I want. I've got the whirl in here. We can do an overshoot, we can do bounces, we can do slide in, and a lot more is going to be added up down here. That's this blank area. These buttons will get smaller and smaller as we add more here. So all we do is we just go ahead and in animation we select what direction we got. We have 9 different directions, whether or not we want it to zoom, whether or not we want it to fade, whether or not we want it to rotate in 4 different directions. We'll be adding more possibilities here. And then once I've got what I like here, I can go to the pause animation and select one of these. We've got something as subtle as rotoscope, and then we've got more kind of in-your-face animations like this is exaggerated zoom in and out. You can also do something more subtle. We have the ring, which I really like that one. The twist, just a variation of that. We've got a backflip, which is pretty cool. And then we've got swaying, and just basically these are all designed to just keep the eye focused on it. So if you don't want that, you can do a none, for example, like if you want to do a lower third. So let's take a look at a very simple example like that. I just mentioned lower third. I'm going to import. I've got a little lower third image created here. And so if I wanted to have an effect like that, I probably would do something more like I'd want to drag that. By the way, you can drag these around the stage. I can drag that into position. Let's say I wanted to maybe bounce in, and I don't want it to zoom. I want it to pause, and I want it to pause for a little while. I'm just going to do 3 seconds because we don't want it to last for a long time in this demo here. And real quick, you can see that I can do a little lower third animation very quickly and easily. So I've just got fading in and out, and then I can import it into something like Explaindio or export it to be used in something like After Effects, Camtasia, ScreenFlow, and so forth. And so that's really the value here. And I'm going to show you a few other real world examples here in just a second. But let me just finish kind of showing the possibilities in here. So once again, we just like the in animations, the out animations are the same. So you can string these all together, or again, you can turn them off. There might be occasions where you only want it to animate in and then pause or something like that, but you don't want to have to bother with an out animation. You may not have enough time. And so let me just show you some real quick real-world applications. What I did here, besides this lower third here, I've got Explaindio open, and I've taken a few of these animations that I've created in Eve. Here's one example where maybe I am in my video saying point number 1, bonus number 1, or whatever. And so I just have this nice little animation. I put this together in Easy Vector Editor. This, by the way, that little effect, right, that little art image, is something that is going to be in the first bonus. We're going to have a pack a month for you also. So 1 pack every month, the most popular pack, or in this particular case, I'm using this pack because it's something that I'm going to be showing you in the tutorial videos. It's a very handy pack to be able to show you some cool different effects that we can create. That's going to be available for you for free inside of it as well for the lifetime members, and I'll be again doing it one a month. But let me show you. So there's that one more time. The next thing I'll show you here is another idea. So this is a case where I might be using a character to accentuate a point inside of my video. And so you can see how fun that is. I created that very easily. First of all, I just assembled it in an Easy Vector editor and just put it together, and then I exported it out to SWF and imported it into Easy Animator Pro, and I did all that in just minutes. And so that's the real power here of Easy Animator Pro. Now, I do need to let you know that there's some things that we're still working on. For example, we have SVG import coming. We're working on the ability to have animated SWF files. Right now, if I imported an animated SWF file, you'd see it animate, but when it exports, it doesn't maintain that animation, but we're going to fix that shortly. And so you can even do this with animated SWF files very soon. I didn't finish showing you the calculations here. Let's just quickly look at that just so you have an idea of all the different possibilities here. So we have 4 core animations on both the in and out. So that's 4 times 9 different directions times 2 zoom in and out times 2 whether or not you want to fade, and then times 4 for now rotation options. That's 576, and since you can turn it on and off, is really 577. So we have 13 options here, different animations, and plus the none, so that's really 14. So I would multiply that times 14, and then one more time I can do that times 577, and I've got over 4.5 million different animation options now. And now I'm going to show you something really fun in here in just a second, where we've added some additional options here to increase that number dramatically. Okay, so here I am in a beta version of Easy Animator Pro here, and what we've done is we've added this underlay animation effect. And I've also got this little thing here where it allows me to change the background. This makes it easier to kind of see these effects. Now this doesn't export, so it's just really just for preview purposes here. But if you were going to be doing something like a whiteboard video, this would be very handy. These animations, you can see they're really cool. I've only got a few in here now. We'll get about 20 to 40 in by the end of the year. By the way, this launch is going to last from today until 31st. Basically what I can do is I can add these in. So let me get a fun little animation going here. So I'm going to do zoom, and maybe let's rotate that, and then let's maybe do a rotoscope effect here. And so you can see that what is going on is after it gets to the pause animation, it plays these animations. Now right now I've only got it where it can do one, but pretty soon what we're going to do is we're going to make them overlappable, or they're sequential. So I can click on a couple of these and they'll play in series, and you can combine them to make even cooler effects. And so that's something that really is a lot of fun. Some of these things are still kind of some quirks to work out, but this really just explodes the animation possibilities. And really these are just the tip of the iceberg. We do explosions and sparkles and all kinds of different things behind here. We're going to be working on coloring these. You can have these be different colors. Right now it's got a looping option also, so that if you wanted that to loop, and say I was going to make this last for about 4 seconds, I could loop that animation if I wanted to. There's just a ton of different possibilities, and we are working to add even more. And I'm looking forward to ideas that you can give me. We are working on other apps that do completely different things, and so if you give us some ideas that really don't fit inside of the Easy Animator Pro paradigm, if you will, we might be putting that in another app. But in general, we are looking to really do so much more with Easy Animator Pro. Again, there's only 1,000 lifetime upgrade options, and I hope you'll join me